This act of criminality by Ipob will never release Ñnamdi Kanu from detention. Uche Mefor slams Ipob. Uche Mefor, the estranged deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra and Ipob, has slammed the separatist organization for violence linked to them during Monday's sit-at-home exercise in Nigeria's southeast region. In a post on his known Facebook page on Thursday, Mefor described coercion and killing attributed by Ipob as a clear case of criminality. Ipob armed violence enforcement of sit-at-home is an instance of unlawful use of force and clear case of criminality. Ipob is destroying the effectiveness of this legitimate civil disobedience principle by killing our people and destroying properties. For avoidance of doubt, sit-at-home is a legitimate voluntary mass action, civil disobedience too, in the hands of the oppressed against the tyranny and human rights violations of the oppressor in order to achieve a particular set goal or purpose. In the case of Nigeria, it is so far being used by the Biafrans against the oppressors, the Nigerian state and her agents to achieve a legitimate aim, and in our own case, the goal of freedom. It is usually punchy and targeted and should be done sparingly in order to preserve its effectiveness. To the contrary, doing it aimlessly or indiscriminately devalues and makes nonsense of its efficacy and risk of inflicting maximum pains and losses to the oppressed who are actually employing it. It must be supported by every right-thinking person in Biafran land, especially when done by appealing to the consciences of the masses for the purposes of achieving a collective aim. It must be done through persuasions and not by applying the instrument of coercion, issuing threats against our people and violently enforcing it against people will, and to the extent of killing and destroying properties, people's belongings, remain heinous criminal activities and conduct. Currently, Ipob has not adhered to these traditionally tested guidelines. Ipob is now embarking on criminality by killing our people and destroying properties in Biafran land in the name of enforcing sit-at-home. We cannot be accusing Fulani herdsmen and bandits of killing people, but you turn around to be perpetrating more grievous crimes than the Fulani against your own people in Biafran land. Uche Mefor must be very, very sick. I've never seen a biased person like Uche Mefor. I'm telling you, anybody that listens to this guy speak will never believe that this guy was one time a member of Ipob and also a deputy to the Ipob leader. The person will never believe. See how he's speaking like someone from another region. Can you imagine? Even someone from the southeast cannot be able to speak the way he has just spoken. I see that this guy is using the advantage of the experience he already has as one time Ipob member to criticize and get back at Ipob, which is completely wrong. See, it's not good. It's not good at all. I know that he will be rejoicing and be pouncing because Ñnamdi Kanu is in detention. That is why he is saying what he's saying. Look at the statement he has just made. That Ipob is now committing and killing people more than the Fulani herdsmen. Look at. Can you listen to Uche Mefor? This is the person, the deputy that is always on Radio Biafra, speaking and criticizing the Fulani herdsmen of ravaging and killing innocent Igbos in the southeast. Now, because he has been dismissed from the Ipob, from Ipob. Now, look at how he's now criticizing Ipob. It's too bad. It's too bad. See, I will tell you the truth, Uche Mefor. You are not doing well. You are not doing well. Since you left Ipob, all you have been doing is to criticize Ipob, and that doesn't show any sense of maturity. Uwazuruke is now being better and more mature than you in person. He's even more better than you now. Because of the way you act, because of the way you behave. Say that Ipob is now using sit-at-home order as a means of carrying out criminal acts and causing violence, saying that Ipob are using the Fulani herdsmen of killing, whereas they are the one killing and putting the allegation on Fulani herdsmen. Look at. Oh my God. You speak like a betrayer. In fact, you are a betrayer. Because this is how betrayers speak. No wonder the prophecy came that Ñnamdi Kanu must be careful, because someone in and closer to him is going to betray him. That he should be careful. Unknown to the people, to the Biafrans and Ipobs, that the person is going to be Uche Mefor. I know your problem. Your problem is because you never succeeded in getting Ñnamdi Kanu deceived, as you have been invited by the federal government to do. See, now they have abandoned you. What is now your relationship with Asari Dokubo, if I may ask? Because Asari Dokubo has bought you over, formed a Biafran group which lasted for just 3 months and got dissolved. In fact, I love making use of this Obasanjo statement. I dey laugh. This is one of the reasons. You see? So I am not surprised. So it's paining you that you are no longer recognized. It's paining you. And it should. Because you are the cause. You are the cause and you are the reason. You see that? You see, as far as I'm concerned, Ñnamdi Kanu has done no wrong to you. You are the one causing and, killing yourself unnecessarily. See how you have, labeled yourself with all sorts of names, and you have made yourself a laughingstock. You made yourself a laughingstock. Nobody wants to hear you. Nobody wants to listen to you anymore because you are no longer trusted. I thought you are always on radio. Which radio is that? A radio with no name. A radio that lasted for a few days and closed up. Do you think that it is easy to run a radio station? Who is going to give you that support? You are in Ipob. You got known just because of that radio Biafra that you belong. That's why you are known. If not, who knows you? Let me hear from you from the outside to know what you have to say about Uche Mefor. Please, if you are new, click on the red subscribe buttons